Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Germs, welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Friday Night Lights fandom.com/wiki.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
We're the biggest Friday Night Lights fans in town.
Try to find a bigger Friday Night Lights fan.
Our combined height is 18 feet. Our combined weight is 4,500 pounds. We're the biggest fans there are.
Johnny, I started.
We're wide too.
Wide as hell.
And deep.
I would say we're deeper and wider than the average men. It's difficult. We kind of have to, like when we're trying to go through a door, we can't turn sideways. We actually have to kind of lay down and like an inchworm scoot through the door. If you can imagine.
We're the only podcast with a Z-axis.
I'm DMing a D&D campaign that you're in.
This is correct.
But I am now in another party where I'm just playing as a character. I'm in James Freetley's party. Okay. Who James also is a player in our group.
And he's a friend of the network.
He is a friend of the network.
Is Mr. Lakeshore in Limbo himself.
That's right. So I'm in his campaign. I had my first session with them last week, and my character got arrested immediately in that session.
Good.
I got thrown in jail.
For what?
Well, it's kind of complicated, but I'll give you the basics. We got hired by the mafia, basically, to figure out who was killing a bunch of elves and beheading them down at the docks.
Okay.
I forgot that they were specifically being beheaded.
Mm-hmm.
So when we found the perpetrator, who was a drow, in other words, a dark elf, I was like, we got to get proof that we killed this murderer. I'm going to cut this guy's head off.
Oops.
And so, here comes the local constabulary. And they say, oh, here's our man right here. This man's hacking off elf heads. Throw him in jail, boys, and I'm probably going to get executed. And James said, create another character just in case.
That rules.
It sucks, though, because I'm a bard based off John Popper, the lead singer of Blues Traveler.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you have a bandolier of harmonicas?
I absolutely have a bandolier of harmonicas. Yep.
Who's sort of the natural successor to John Popper?
The only other harmonica player I know is Bruce Willis. So
Return of Bruno.
Thank you, Return of Bruno. I was thinking if my character gets killed, I might be a fighter. And if I'm a fighter, I might just be Bruce Willis.
What else? I'm trying to think of other bands that are like Blues Traveler.
There ain't no other band, first of all. There's a band that I always think is Blues Traveler, but it's not.
Oh, you're thinking of Sister Hazel. Probably.
I am thinking of Sister Hazel. So okay, maybe I'll be a female character. I'll be Sister Hazel.
What? Oh, like a nun?
Yeah, a nun character.
What if now this is different, but it is sort of the next step in music.
Okay.
What if you're maybe a cherry poppin' daddy or a big bad voodoo daddy?
I see. Yes. So, yeah, some sort of big swing revival.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Just like a bad boy in a zoot suit.
Squire Nut Zippers at your service.
Squire Nut Zippers. Wow, we're coming up with real good ideas, and by we I mean you. Are there any other ska bands or not ska bands? Well,
big band. Big band.
Thank you. Those are only two I know.
Well, Squirrel Nut Zippers, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Right, thank you.
No, those are the only three. No, I mean there were 100, but they each had one song.
Right, exactly.
And
they were all Zoot Suit Riot.
I was embarrassingly into the big band swing revival.
I feel like you wore a lot of bowling shirts.
Oh yeah.
You were kind of like Guy Fieri ahead of time. You were actually pretty Guy Fieri'd out.
It was a challenging look. Like, Guy Fieri is if like me from middle school grew up.
Yeah.
If I got bigged, and it was just like,
sure.
Okay, I'm an adult now.
Right.
I pretty much only wore bowling shirts. I definitely had some like leopard print bowling shirts, some zebra print stuff going on.
That's so interesting. You wore Brothel Creepers, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a strange time.
How did you find yourself doing that? Like, how'd you get into that?
I don't know. And then also, obviously, like with that big pants.
Did you have a long wallet chain?
Of course. I mean, if I'm gonna, do you want me to lose my fucking wallet?
No, of course not. I would never want that for you.
Yeah. I also had like a ball bracelet,
Yep.
ball necklace. I had rings on literally every finger.
Every finger's hard.
It was a lot. It's spiky gelled out hair.
Imagine being the guy behind you in line at the airport, trying to go through security and just be like, this fucking kid. I got a flight to catch, goddammit.
I don't know.
Not to mention like 50 piercings in your face. Like,
yeah, and those set off the...
Yeah, exactly. And then you go through the security, and the security says, son, did you put these piercings in yourself, or did someone pierce them for you?
Do you think that... I would love to open up like...
A do-it-yourself.
Do you think that there is some airport that has either like a piercing pagoda or a tattoo shop,
like Claire's
in the airport?
I think there's probably one somewhere, right? Like in Portland or something, or Austin.
That'd be really funny to get like an airport tattoo.
That would be really funny. Would they only do like what do you call like flash ones, or what are they called?
You would have to just do flash.
Okay, yeah. Imagine like being like,
I am gonna miss my flight.
I booked a flight at 8:00 and I booked my tattoo appointment for 3:30. So
the first half is like beautifully detailed, and the second half is like, okay.
Just almost like free-handed.
There's a, or at least I don't know if there still is, but there was a tattoo shop at City Walk by Universal Studios.
Okay.
Just like, between a Burger King and a Panda Express. And the thought of like...
Isn't that where the Twilight Zone is?
Yeah.
Between a Burger King and a Panda Express. Man's darkest fears and his highest hopes.
The thought of going on vacation, like your family vacation, like we're coming from Indiana.
Right. Well, it's probably the first tattoo shop they ever saw. They're probably like, they got what here?
And it's like, I forget what it is, but it's like, LA Ink tattoo shop. It's some like
like a brand.
It's like a weird brand of tattoo.
I'll be walking around and I'll see gyms and it'll be like UFC gym.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
is it?
That's such a weird like trying to get people in the door who would just recognize a name.
Yeah.
Like Gillette 6 razors for men gym.
Or Gillette barbershop.
Whatever. Sure, that makes more sense. I couldn't think of another establishment. I don't know. It's just weird. I was watching Chopped Jr. the other day.
Okay.
And I don't care for it, first of all.
I've never watched it, but the premise feels weird because it's kids. And it just feels like, we don't need...
No, we don't.
We don't need to do this to them.
Well, they're good at it.
Is it mean, though, to the kids?
I don't know or care. But as they were running around the little kitchen area, there's like, a produce area or whatever. That, it's a bunch of produce in like wooden, boxes or whatever. Sure. And all the stamped on all the boxes was like the Walmart logo. So I was like, oh, okay. So Walmart sponsors Chopped Jr. And it just felt gross. And I was like, how about you fuck off?
I mean, for what it's worth, companies have been doing that literally forever.
Yeah, but it should be secret and dark.
What are you talking about? Someone just shared with us on Twitter, with me on Twitter.
What?
A clip from the Flintstones where they're like,
well, they were hawking Winston cigarettes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's good.
No, but we've been doing it forever.
Oh yeah, we've been doing it forever, but it's still not good or fun.
Winston cigarettes walked so Walmart could run.
I think we agree there.
And like,
the Colgate Comedy Hour.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's this. It's like, don't try to fucking trick me.
There's a song in Annie that's just an ad for, I assume, a fake product.
Okay.
But like, part of the musical is them listening to an ad.
That's really funny. How weird. Well, it's fine if you're like, all right, folks, we're going to take a break in our content to talk about Colgate. It's like, okay, cool. Whatever, fine.
Or what about The Price is Right? Every single that whole show is a commercial.
It's nothing but,
and it's a great commercial.
It is a good commercial. Yeah. I guess you got me there. That is pretty insidious. Well, you want to get an article?
I guess.
You got any ads on this page?
Oh yeah, tons. Okay. Jessalyn Gilsig.
Jesus. I mean, this is a TV show where you create the characters' names. You don't have to make them hard. She could have been, you know what I mean? It could have been like
Deborah Messing.
Deborah Messing. It could have been Deborah Messing easy.
Wait. Oh, wait.
Is she a writer?
This is an actor.
Okay, that makes so much more sense. Actors are allowed to have difficult names.
I'll tell you all of the information we have about her.
Okay, great.
Formal name.
Okay.
Jessalyn Gilsig. Portrays Shelley Hayes.
That's what we're talking about. Why does it say formal name and then does not provide a nickname?
I don't know. Gender, female.
Okay.
Date of birth, 1971. It was a long birth.
She's 3 now, right?
Place of birth, Montreal, Quebec, Canada.
Okay. She's Canadian acting in a Texas show.
Website,
What?
then it just says fan site and it's a link.
Oh, man, I wish we would know.
And that's all we got.
That's it, huh? Well, at least she has all the good information on the fan site, unfortunately.
It's funny that they put Montreal, Quebec, Canada, because you would assume if this is a wiki for, say, Schitt's Creek, and it's all Canadian, and then there's some actor from Schitt's Creek who's from the United States, they would say
Lansing, Michigan, USA.
Yeah,
they would probably. That is interesting.
But I wouldn't need Canada as part of this.
Yeah, Montreal, Quebec.
Yeah.
I wonder, is that a worldwide thing? Like, are people in like Dubai like, oh yeah, Lansing, Michigan? They just know where that is.
No, not Lansing.
Well, maybe not Lansing.
Montreal, yes.
So you think someone in Dubai would be like, I know Montreal's in Canada?
Yeah, I think so. Montreal's like a big city.
It's pretty big.
I'd say, okay, United States,
yeah.
New York, LA, Chicago. Everyone would know that. I bet probably Dallas a lot of people would know.
Maybe Dallas, Miami they would know.
Miami for sure. That might
probably
be
Poughkeepsie.
You'd know
Battle Creek, Michigan.
You'd know Portland and Seattle were in the US, but I don't think you would know the state.
Yeah. You would know the Grand Canyon's a thing, but you wouldn't know where the hell it was.
Mm-hmm. You'd probably know San Francisco. You could
I didn't know San Francisco was in North California until last year.
Okay.
So I'm a citizen of these United States.
California's big though, so I'll give you a pass on that one.
Thank you.
In Canada, I think you would know Toronto.
I know Toronto.
Montreal.
I've heard of it.
You might know Vancouver, but you might not.
I don't know if Saskatchewan is a province or a city.
Okay.
I know the Yukon is up there.
I
don't know if they call it the Yukon.
Both provinces.
Okay, good.
I believe it's the Yukon Territory.
Okay, because I get worried because it's not. What is it? What's the one? It's not the Czech Republic. It's Czech Republic or something. Or is that what I'm thinking of?
I think so.
Where it's like, or no. Here, what's the Russian one? There's like,
Ukraine.
Ukraine. It's not the Ukraine.
Yeah,
that's an easy thing for but that's like a weird like Russian like propaganda thing.
I think so.
To like make it not seem like it's its own country. Yeah. It's a weird like subtle thing that's been going on since like the Cold War
that I didn't know about until like a year ago.
Me too. Right. Yeah.
I think if we want to branch out to other non-North American countries,
okay, if we must,
you'd know London, England.
Is that in Canada?
There is a London, Ontario.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
But if someone said London,
everyone knows where London is.
Yeah,
everyone does. Yeah,
Paris, you would know.
Definitely Paris. Beijing, probably.
You would. I think you would definitely know Beijing. You'd probably know Shanghai.
Sure, I agree.
Tokyo, you would know.
Definitely. Let's see if I can come up with more names than you can. Great Barrier Reef.
Great, you'd probably know that. You'd probably know Sydney. I think you'd probably know Sydney.
I think I know her. She's in our grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does she have a date to the dance yet?
You should ask.
Okay.
Rome.
Yeah, that's in Italy. How many people know where Vatican is? If you polled an let's say you polled 1,000 Americans.
Okay.
How many know it's in Italy? And how answer that question first.
70%.
Okay, I think that's fair. How many think it's its own country?
Probably a lot more. Or what do you mean? Do you mean
how many people would say?
The Vatican is.
Well, I guess let's phrase a question this way: like, what if I said, where is the Vatican? Would people say Europe? Would they say Italy, or would they say the Vatican? Is
this a multiple choice question?
If you make it a multiple choice, that makes it more interesting.
Because they're all right legally.
They is the Vatican its own country?
It's
sovereign, but it's not like a
right. I mean, I don't. Who knows?
It's not like
Monaco,
Liechtenstein, or something. Yeah,
Sure.
right. Yeah. I guess. What if you ask this question? Like, where's the Vatican?
No, like a short
Straight
answer.
up, where's the Vatican?
But all of those answers would still be right.
Yeah. How many people say I don't know? How many people say I've never heard of it?
40%. You know, I don't know, because I was raised more or less Catholic.
Sure.
I was raised Catholic, so I am aware of it.
Right.
Would the average sort of Joe millionaire know?
Joe millionaire versus pro millionaire.
Where, like, what it even is, you know?
Oh, that's interesting. What if the question was, what's the Vatican?
Right, because I don't. I'm trying to think of like a similar thing for some other religion.
Yeah.
It's not like.
I mean, my mind goes to the Mormon Church, but everyone knows where.
Do they?
Maybe not.
If I ask someone in whatever,
right,
London, where's
the Mormon Church, like, headquarters, or whatever.
Right?
They might not know.
Yeah,
you're right. If you go outside of the country, I think that's big.
Mm-hmm.
What if you gave a true false?
Okay.
The Vatican is in the United States. How many people say true of 1,000?
I think
10%.
10%. Yeah, 10-15%.
10 or 15%. That's enough to swing a vote, isn't it, in the presidential election?
Well, 1% is enough to swing a vote.
Yeah. So imagine 10 to 15 times that.
Yeah, I think that could swing a vote.
Yeah. There's a voting populace right now that's voting for somebody who thinks the Vatican's in the United States. I'm basing this off of absolutely zero information.
What if that?
Let's come up with a question right now that
the most people would get right,
and we would the question that they would get wrong, that they shouldn't, that would worry us the most. In that framing device where it's like, oh wow, so many people don't know the answer to this, and they get to vote. I'll tell you something I just learned.
Okay.
A woman can only get pregnant for like the week before she has her period.
Yeah.
I just learned that. I'm 31 years old.
Yeah, that's wild.
No one ever told me that.
That's a failure, I think, of the...
I don't blame myself.
I wouldn't.
I don't, but you want to know how I learned that? From Netflix.
Interesting.
Isn't that? So that might be...
Your movie paused. It said, hey, real quick,
just so you
women
know,
can only get pregnant when they're ovulating. Do you want to keep watching The Office?
Women can only get pregnant when they're ovulating. And the Great Barrier Reef is dying. And those are the two facts for you today. I need you to do something good with your life.
Resume?
Or, yeah, you want to keep watching this, you big pile of shit? Or you want to do something with your life? But you know what I mean? It's like, that's maybe in the realm of like... How many...
I think... I bet most people don't know that.
I think most... over 50%, I think, don't know that.
Yeah.
In America, yeah, I think so.
And I think that's partially just bad sex education, and I think it's also probably some weird way of like trying to prevent women from having sex, where it's like you could get pregnant anytime,
right?
You know,
right.
So just don't.
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's just so that might be one of the questions, like something that's like you should know how something as normal as the reproductive system is.
What do you think the question that the most people in the whole world, what's like the most universal question that you would get right? That you would get right. Let's put a pause. And it could even be like, here's a picture of Michael Jordan. Who is this? You know, so it could be anything. I like that. Okay. What if it was a picture of the moon, and you said, "What is this?" That's good. Do you think there are people who would not know? Someone of an average intelligence, you know. So here's any country. Here's the wrinkle that I think you would run into, and I think it would mostly be here. Okay. They would say, "Well, you want me to say the moon, but really it's a projection in our in our flat Earth sky." I see. So we're the only ones that would get it right. Yeah. Okay, I see. But I think, you know, the real answer. I think that is the real answer.
Imagine
you know what I mean?
You're walking on the street and you've got time. It's a nice day. You've got time to kill.
Okay.
You're not just you're off of work or whatever. And someone comes up to you and says, "Do you have time for? I just have a couple survey questions. It's not about anything. Do you mind just for science?" And you're like, "Cool, sure." And it shows you a picture of the moon, and they went, "What is this?"
I would say the moon.
I feel like I would panic a little bit, and I'd be like, "What is this? I don't understand."
What's the
catch?
angle? Yeah. The moon?
I would think about it. I might even say,
or would you mean,
a picture of the moon?
Right. Or maybe I would think like, does the moon have, which it might, like a name? You know what I mean? Like,
oh shit, yeah, right. Luna,
Lunis Major, like,
yeah. What do they mean for me? Yeah.
Does the moon have a name?
Yeah. Or how about
does the sun have a name?
Let me get you even more in your own head. What if they showed you this picture of the moon and they said, "This is what they said to you. Is this a picture of the moon?" Or they said, "Is this the moon?" That's what they said. Is this the moon? Because you wouldn't know what they want you to answer.
Assassina Pala Loon.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. Well, that's like that classic, like, you know, you see on eBay or whatever, like, this is what's for sale, and it's like a picture of an Xbox or whatever.
Oh, sure. And yeah, they're technically not lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that too basic of a question, or would it need to be more like? I feel like I've seen a French documentary where they were like you know, indigenous tribes in like the middle of rainforest where they were just like showing them clips of stuff like snow or whatever, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And then they show them a picture of like it was like Michael Jordan or something, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's Michael Jordan."
That rules.
It was something like that.
Well, I mean, I thought until I was like very old that snow, because I'm from Florida, that there was snow and then snowflakes. And I thought that snow was like small stuff that fell, and then snowflakes were, you know, 3 or 4 inches wide.
Okay, I totally get what you're saying. I think I did too. I don't think I thought they were that big necessarily, but yeah, I thought they were like snow was like little tiny like whatever circular things or something. Yeah, and then like bigger snowflakes, maybe up to an inch or something. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it took me a while of living in Chicago to be like, oh, these are snowflakes. Like that's what they all are.
But that's sort of the same. But you could see a picture of Michael Jordan. I know who that is.
That's right. Yeah, the biggest snowflake of all.
What do you think is the most universally known celebrity, or figure? It could be a picture of Jesus, even. You know what I mean?
I wonder if it is Jesus. It might not be.
I bet it's not.
It might. It might be Mohammed technically.
Sure.
But no one, or not no one, but so few people in America who aren't Muslim would recognize Muhammad. I don't think.
But isn't it a big thing to not show?
Oh, interesting. So you could even do that quiz.
Yeah.
Whoa, interesting. Okay.
But maybe it's some other like Muslim figure.
Sure, like the Saint Peter of
right, because the majority of the world is Muslim, right? You know,
not the majority, but the
most number of
absolutely
whatever,
like 2.5 billion are Muslim. Sure, yeah. How many people recognize Abraham Lincoln?
I bet not as many as you would think.
Yeah, but he's got a real specific hat, though.
He does have. Well, they'd say the Cat in the Hat.
Who's got the most? Like, if you saw a person, you want to know who he was, and then you put a hat on them, and you're like, "Oh, that's that. I know that guy. This is that guy."
Abe Lincoln is up there.
Is there another person who needs a hat to be recognized? The guy from Jamiroquai. The Jamir guy. Is there a non-United States person that needs a hat to be recognized? Like a Winston Churchill type or something.
Maybe like Eric the Viking.
He's got to have his Viking horns. I see. Yeah, that's probably who it is.
No, I can't think of anyone else who's like.
You need the hat.
And you know,
if Hitler was wearing a hat, would you recognize him?
Is it a bowler? Because then I might think it's Charlie Chaplin.
Smile you later.
Ooh,
like an old timey swim.
What if those came back, like an old timey swimming costume?
I don't know, like Gomez Adams style.
Fuck that would be tight.
Maybe I don't know if that would happen, but yeah,
it'd be
fun.
It would be extremely fun
because like women are getting some old school.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know,
we don't need to be bare chested. There's no reason. It's crass.
It is crass. You're right. Let's leave something to the imagination.
Exactly. And if we've got the nice little skirt part, we can collect rocks and crabs and things.
Oh, I see. So you want cargo shorts for swimming?
Yes.
I see. Okay.
I can remember my great grandfather telling me about how they would go collect like clams or something, because they had the little
clam diggers.
When he would swim as a youth, they had the swimming costume with like the fucking
like
little skirt.
A skirt?
Yeah.
That's bizarre. That's so strange.
It's also funny how like there are like baby pictures of John F. Kennedy and he's just in a dress.
Yes.
And we just don't do that anymore. And it seems to me like
we're getting gayer.
Exactly. It would be so much easier to deal with all manner of babies in a dress.
Just a uniform. Oh, that's true.
Because
you're right.
Fucking with like pants and
Yeah.
you're taking babies' pants off constantly. If it's just a dress and you just like
no pants.
No.
Onesies make sense because they snap at the bottom. Whatever.
Exactly. Oh yeah, you can unsnap them and like kind of peel it open like a little baby banana.
Right. Exactly. Like a little baby.
But
banana.
like shorts, fuck
No
that.
way.
All babies should wear dresses. Smell you later.
That's our official stance of the podcast.
They should.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Not white dresses though, because that's
no.
You're asking for trouble. They should be brown.
Brown colored dresses. No more pink, no more blue, brown.
It's just simpler.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And cheaper.
Yep.
You should have to pay $5 extra if you want a brown dress or
you want a
blue dress or a pink dress.
Yeah.
I'd make my baby wear a dress. I don't have fucking time. I don't have the time.
Just put them in a upside down potato
bag,
sack.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Okay.
What?
A garbage bag.
Okay.
Hear me out.
All right.
You put them in you put them in the garbage bag like you put them in the bag. Pull the drawstring right below their neck. No diaper, no nothing. Just let them have a fucking party in there. You get home.
Sure.
You take the bag off. You throw it out because it's already a trash bag.
Trash bag anyway.
You hose the little bastard down, and you're good to go.
I think you're onto something. You're onto something.
My grandparents used to use cloth trash bags.
Cloth. That's funny.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.